Hey everybody, welcome back. So I'm really excited to do a review today on something new that I'm doing. It's a new craft. I know I said I wasn't getting into new crafts, but this is something that I've debated on for a little while, and my husband really wanted this shirt made, and this kind of just like set it in for us to say, why not, let's try it, let's buy the materials and see how it goes. So this is going to be a review on the Epson ET2803 printer. I'm so excited. So yesterday, I already used it yesterday, and that's why I'm going to go ahead and give the full honest review on it today. So I already know how everything works and how everything done. Let's get into it here. This is an Eco tank. You can see here it has a tank on it on the front of it that shows this is the ink it comes with. But for what I'm using this for, this pack of ink that it came with, the cartridges, does me no good. But you can see that these bottles you push down into the top of the tank for each color, and they fill, you squeeze it and it fills itself up. So it is there's an app for it that you use. It has a smart panel, it says. I'll show y'all the actual printer here in a little bit, but like I said, this is the ink it comes with, but this ink is no good to me. So this is what the ink I have in there now. This is what we're doing. This is what I'm doing. Like I said, my husband bought me this yesterday along with the paper and the sublimation ink, and I'm going to go over each thing. The brand of sublimation ink that we've seen a lot, talked about a lot, was this Hippo brand. They also make sublimation paper, but we didn't get their brand of paper. So I'll show y'all what it looks like, what it comes with. This one comes with the syringes. They also make bottles that are like the regular ink that the printer actually came with, those kind of cartridges. But this one, like I said, came with syringes, so I had to use a syringe to fill up each tank in here on the printer. But it wasn't that hard to do. It really wasn't messy at all. I didn't get any ink anywhere or nothing like that. It also came with heat transfer tape here, or heat tape. This did. And now the paper we bought is A-Sub. That's the brand. This is 8.5 by 14 inches. This is a larger paper than the regular 8.5 by 11 standard letter paper, because we both agreed, you know, larger images for certain shirts, they look better. It's better to have, you know, just in case. If you're doing larger size shirts, like my shirts, I like my shirts bigger than I wear. So I buy 2X because I like baggy shirts. And so whenever you're doing a larger shirt like that, you want an image to fill up the back of the shirt and not just have some little tiny image on there. And with the Cricut, the biggest size you can do is 11.5 long. So that's why we got that size paper. Like I said, the setup process was pretty painless. You download the app, you set up the printer, and that's, you know, pretty much it with that end. But what we learned is once you put sublimation ink in this printer, you cannot revert it back to inkjet ink. It's stuck as a sublimation. So make sure you kind of have both. Remember that if you do that. We have an inkjet printer, and now we have the sublimation. So please, again, remember, you cannot revert back to inkjet print once you put sublimation ink in there. Now let's see what else. Like I said, the printing was pretty painless. The hardest part was in Cricut Design Space. I use Cricut Design Space because I have a Cricut. If you have another kind of thing, that's fine. I know people use other sources like Microsoft, whatever, and stuff like that to make their PNGs, and that's cool. It's just too much for me to learn right now. Maybe down the road. I'm not that computer smart, but my husband is, so maybe he can figure that out. I don't know. But I use Cricut Design Space. I'm used to using my phone. I use my phone, the app, to make all of my stickers, all of my decals, all of my shirts, clothing items that I've made, all SVGs that I make or from the app on my phone. But we learned yesterday that the app only allows you to print and cut at 11, I think 11 inches is the largest you can make it. So you have to have a you have to have a desktop to make images larger than 11 inches in length. Because for some reason the app on the phone just doesn't support it for the print and cut. We had to calibrate the machine to do so. But with sublimation, you don't need to cut afterwards. You just need to print. But I do plan on maybe making actual stickers down the road sometime. So I will still need it to do the print and cut. So I went ahead and calibrated the Cricut for that. Once we figured it out, I'll show you what I'm talking about here with the sizing wise. This was before we figured out you had to use a desktop. So this is as big as it would make it. It cut this image. Sorry, y'all. I should have put a warning. It's not for everybody. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. If you don't find it appropriate, again, sorry. It's just, you know, this is my channel, so I'm going to show y'all what I'm doing. Anyways, it cut her feet off. And this is as big as the mobile app would allow it to print off of the printer. So, like I said, we had to use the desktop. And the desktop actually made the whole entire image what it was supposed to be. See, it could see the other one, it cut off like right here. So we used the desktop and it worked. Now, this has been pressed. I'm going to show y'all it compared to the actual image being, the actual image pressed on the shirt, because it looks really dull here and it looks very faded, but it doesn't look that way on the shirt. This shirt is 100% cotton. Go ahead and say that. I know you use 100% cotton or cotton blend or polyester blend or something like that for sublimation. I know you can do like mugs and tiles and wood and glasses and like there's so many things you can sublimate. So this is just the beginning here. This is literally not even less than 24 hours since I've done this. So this is the actual shirt itself. And what I have found to automatically love about sublimation is how it's in the fibers of the shirt. It's in the shirt. It's smooth. There's no vinyl feeling. It just feels like the rest of the shirt does. Whereas HTV, which I'm so used to using, you know that if you use multiple layers and stuff, like it gets really heavy. The vinyl messes up, like it'll fold up, it wrinkles. Over time, eventually it'll peel or whatever it does. And it's thick and you can feel it on the shirt. Whereas this, you can't even tell. It's just, you know, it's like in the fibers of the shirt, which is really cool. The ink just sets inside of it. And it's really vibrant. I think it's pretty vibrant. I really do. Compared to the image itself, it does darken up after you get done pressing it. When you first print this off, it does look pretty dull. So I don't know if I mentioned it yet or not. There's just been so much to talk about. With the heat press, you're going to make sure you put a piece of butcher paper or Teflon sheet or even just regular copy printer paper in between the shirt just in case the ink bleeds. The ink did not bleed on this one, but I'm never going to, you know, whatever. I'm never going to not put something in between the shirt just in case it ever happens. If you get too comfortable with it, one day the ink might just, for whatever reason, bleed through and then you'll ruin a shirt. So I put a piece of printer paper in between here, put the image on the shirt, used my heat tape here, taped it down because it is a piece of paper and sometimes the air from the, if you have a heat press like I do, which is not really a clamshell, but kind of like a clamshell, it's a fancier studio one. And some people, I know they have the Cricut presses, which is just you use with your hands like a big iron. But, you know, the wind from it could accidentally move it and you mess it up. So I done that and then put the Teflon sheet over the image before I pressed it. Now, what scared me the most, I'm used to HTV, like I said. HTV, I press at 325 degrees for 15 seconds. With this, I had to put my press at 380 degrees and I had to press it for 40 seconds. I was terrified the whole time. I thought, I thought that this thing was going to catch fire or burn a hole through it or it's going to scorch it. I didn't know what to expect because I've never done this before, so I did not know what to expect, and I was nervous the whole entire time. But it ended up doing really well, and they also suggest that you hot peel this. So as soon as you open up the press, it's best to go ahead and peel it off. Just be careful because obviously it's very hot. Now, 2 girls that I know are having their first babies, and they're both having a girl, so I'm going to make cute onesies. And I'm going to show you my first mistake here. I've only pressed 2 items last night, and one turned out good, which was the shirt. The second one not so well. But this is an image that has not been pressed yet, so y'all can see how it looks. And you can see it looks faded. I will do a whole video of me pressing this onto a onesie so y'all can kind of see what it looks like and how it darkens up and stuff. But make sure you mirror your images. Make sure you mirror your images. This is one thing that we both, you know, certain images like this one doesn't really matter if you mirror it or not. But if you have wording in it, make sure you mirror it. But I will be pressing this on a onesie. I had 2 black onesies. Now, with black shirts or black clothing items or black, you know, items that you're going to be pressing, you have to bleach the part that you're going to press on, sublimate on, or you need to use a lighter or white HTV background. That's what we read, you know. So I was like, okay, press the HTV on there, and this is the image. This is the little design that I created up. And a cute fluffy purple monster, and then this was black lettering. And so the colors are important here because, like I said, I pressed the HTV on first and then I sublimated onto it, and this is what happened. So the lettering is like a blue-ish color, and the monster you can barely see. I don't know what I did wrong. Luckily, I got these onesies from Hobby Lobby and they were on clearance. But it still kind of sucks that it messed up. I'm not exactly sure what I did wrong. If you sublimate and you have any ideas, you kind of let me know if you're more experienced in this. Why does it look like this? Again, this is supposed to be black lettering and like a really bright, vibrant, purpley pink monster. And it doesn't look like that at all. I don't know what happened. So, I have another onesie that I did not press on yet that I'm going to bleach. And then maybe try and make something to press on it to see how that goes. So I'll do a video with that too. But again, I really don't know what happened here. I'm learning still. It's been less than 24 hours. So I can't really say, you know, what's right and what's wrong here. But this is really exciting for me. So far, I love it. And I don't want to go back to HTV ever again now. Because you don't have to weed it. You don't have to sit here and let the Cricut cut it, or your vinyl machine cut it. You can just print it off and slap it on a shirt, and it's done. It's just like that. And it, like I said, I love how it's just like smooth, like it's in the fibers. It's just, and I don't know, it's crazy to me to think that something off a piece of paper, ink off a piece of paper, can be pressed onto a shirt and it actually just work out that well. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. But so far, being less than 24 hours, like I said, so far, I'm giving this whole sublimation ordeal a 10 out of 10. Even though I messed up this onesie, I'm still giving it a 10 out of 10 because it's so freaking cool how it works. It's super exciting, and I can't wait to see what else that we can make. So I'm sure there's plenty of other things that I'll be making to show y'all, making videos of, but this is one of the new crafts I'm going to be doing, and I'm super excited about it. And yeah, and if you made it this far into the video, thank you. I do still appreciate all y'all's support and watching my videos and liking my videos. I'm trying to get back into it. Some days it's just, you know, it's just hard. If you're a content creator, you understand. I'm excited about this. I'm excited to see what else I can make and where this goes. Learning PNGs is new to me. Stepping out from SVGs. I still might do SVGs just because of the decals, because I love doing decals. I love putting decals on my car and stuff like that, and I have friends who like it. Still gonna be doing my crochet stuff. I have some baby baby gifts I need to make to go with these onesies. So I'll be doing different videos here and there. I'm also going to be making another review video here in just a minute after this one for something crochet related. So look forward for that too. But that's it. That's my review on sublimation, the A-Sub paper, the Hippo sublimation ink, and the Epson ET2803 printer. It's perfect. I love it so far.